Hey folks, it's the 22nd of April and 2013. This is the Euro Pound 1 hour. So I've been having a look at the Cypher that's popped up on our wonderful Facebook group, and there's a couple of things here that I'd like to point out. Starting on the hourly, the actual Cypher itself is here, and pop it in. There's 1, 2, 3. I think this is the one that's on the group. If not, it's another one for you. 1, 2, and then up here 3. So it hasn't completed yet. I have a couple of reasons I believe it hasn't completed yet. I'm not saying it won't, but you see here an obvious drop away from the 786, which happens just at the 618, and there's a reason for the 618 beyond the fact that it's just the 618 that this price has reversed there, and I'd like to just show that now. Let me take this Cypher back out again just to clean things up. Okay, so this point over here, just right in here, there's been a distinct change in the supply and demand, and you can see that where we have a very long candle here compared to what's gone before, a definite shoot up. It's come back down, and what's interesting is that this was an important supply demand level, but when price came back here, it just went blasting on through, didn't care, kept on going, just ignored it. So you would look that when it comes back to this level, it really should at some point essentially respect this again. So if you drop down a line here, you see that almost to the pip, in fact it may be to the pip, you can have a look and see where the high, the close is there, I should say. Close is 893 and the high here is 841. Okay, so not to the pip, but 892, 1 pip out. Okay, so so this is an important level due to this supply and demand area here. Now, the next place where this happens is right here. There's a change in the supply and demand, and you'll notice that that is right on the 786, which is where you expect your Cypher to complete. So, and maybe it's about to happen now. So this really is a real potential turning point because of supply and demand, and not because of some the esoterics of Fibonacci, which I do go in for, but I like to have something beyond that also. Another thing to look at, in here we have very high volume, or high volume anyway, here's high volume in this area here. I'm going to go down to 5 minute, which is something I do more often nowadays, and go to that area, and if we look here, what I noticed is that if you take a trend line up through this point here, so this is the absolute high we have. When price comes back down to this trend line, it blasts straight through, it comes up, retests that trend line, and then drops off. So a potential entry would be when it returns to this trend line, so around here with a stop above there. But also, if you then take this point here, you put another trend line down, right there, and you see the same thing happens. When price comes down to this trend line, we have a large candle. So this is where whoever they might be, don't want to get into a range here where there's people that have been, they basically don't want price to hang around here very long, so they drop it down out there. And of course it comes back to retest, it comes back to retest again, and the second retest, it's 886 of this move here. So here you have 886 entry, and sure enough, off it goes. So these two trend lines here would have got you short entry there, here as well, and there too, and then your exits are just based on whatever you guys do. So there you have it. There's what I see on that Cypher. That's about it for now. There's a bunch of other stuff in there, but that's it. You also see, just talking about these levels, we're back at 1 now. So here's a distinct change there, and also we've had the same thing here. So this is an important level also, as is this down here. You can see supply demand, definite change here, but also supply and demand was present here. So it's not only where you find these little points, it's also where there's a distinct change, and I think that's something that I'm not sure many folk in our group have noted before, but that's something I'm finding. Okay, so that's that for now. Cheers, everyone.